What food is safe for bearded dragons? What can bearded dragons eat daily? I get asked this question every single day, and not only am I going to answer it in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can answer it to anybody who asks you as well. I want to make you an expert in bearded dragon safe food. Let's get into the video, shall we? So this video is going to be broken up into two parts. First, veggies, greens, plants, and all of that, and then the second part, insects. The first part is the one that most people ask. What plants are safe? Can you eat stuff from outside? What can I get from Walmart or the supermarket or the grocery store that is good for my bearded dragon? And I'm going to show you exactly how you can find anything and everything you need to know about everything your bearded dragon eats plant-wise. Now, I'm not a master botanist, and you don't have to be either. The simple thing is I get my stuff from data and people who collect it and put it all into one place. That place being the tortoise table. This is my go-to place not only for bearded dragons, Uromastyx, but tortoises. You're probably wondering to yourself like, well, bearded dragon's not a tortoise. No, but it is a reptile, and they have almost exactly the same amount of diets. They're a reptile that have large plant-based diets, and they need the same nutrients for each of their diets. 1, being higher calcium food, 2, non-toxic stuff, and 3, making sure they have plants that aren't high in oxalates that bind with calcium and takes away calcium from our reptiles. Remember, we want calcium for our reptiles, and there is stuff, nutrients inside of things that kind of bind with it and take it away from our reptiles. We want calcium, stay away from stuff that takes calcium away. The one thing I can say for sure is you want to stay away from fruits, period, for your bearded dragons. Now, that's where it differs between tortoises and bearded dragons, but bearded dragons, you don't want fruit at all for them. It's high in sugar. It's not good for their teeth because the sugar gets on their teeth. They can't brush them. It leads to dental disease. Stay away from sugars, stay away from fruits which have sugars for your bearded dragon. I don't feed fruit at all. And it's not going to kill them or anything. You could feed like 1 blueberry a month. That's not going to harm your bearded dragon. But I, myself, don't feed any fruit at all. But what about plants outside, and maybe even plants inside of a store? Say you went outside and you saw a plant and you're like, I wonder if my bearded dragon could eat this, because they can. A lot of stuff outside your bearded dragons can eat. So you think to yourself like, I wonder if he can eat this. What do you do then? The simple answer is you just take a photo of it. I know that sounds crazy, but if you have a phone nowadays, a smartphone, you could download an app. It's called, I forgot the name of it, Picture This. Well, just had a Discord notification go off at the same time. By the way, if you want to join the Discord, there's tons of us in there. We talk about reptiles all day, every day. If you want to ask questions, great place to be. Join the Discord if you want to. But it's called Picture This. And not only that, even like iOS and a lot of other phones just naturally already have it. You take a picture, it'll have like a little photo icon. You click that, it identifies the plant for you. You get that plant picture, you take it to the tortoise table, you identify it, you see if it's safe for your bearded dragon to eat, or if it's not safe for your bearded dragon to eat. Bam! Just like that, you become a master in what your bearded dragon can eat or not eat, and you can develop a diet plan for your bearded dragon. Also, it is important to remember, before you take something from outside, make sure it's not sprayed with pesticides or poison or anything like that. If you have your backyard and you know nobody's spraying pesticides, or even your neighbor might have sprayed pesticides or poison out in his yard and it blew over to your yard, then don't feed from outside. But if you have, you fenced in backyard, nobody's doing anything, you're good to go. Next up is insects. What can your bearded dragon eat insect-wise? And there is a lot. The only problem is, can you have access to these? Like in Florida, dubia roaches are illegal, Madagascar hissing cockroaches are. There's a lot of places in the world where you can't get certain things. So again, what I like to look at is phosphorus content. There's oxalates inside of plants that bind with calcium. Inside of insects, it's phosphorus. So again, we want high calcium, something that doesn't mess with our calcium intake for our bearded dragons. We want our bearded dragons and all our reptiles to have high calcium. But unfortunately, a lot of insects in the hobby that's sold is kind of high phosphorus. So you want to be dusting those with calcium every time you feed them. However, I've made a list of some staple insects for you. Staple insects include regular crickets, banded crickets, black crickets, grasshoppers or locusts, as they call them across the pond, black soldier fly larvae. Now, black soldier fly larvae has a lot of names like calci worms, phoenix worm, all that type of stuff, but black soldier fly larvae is the general term used. Silkworms, isopods, yes, isopods are great staple feeder as well. Dubia roaches, discoid roaches, red runner roaches, banana roaches, death head roaches, orange head roaches, all the roaches you can imagine, except I need to talk about Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Now, I always get a lot of comments from other people who keep bearded dragons like, don't feed Madagascar hissing cockroaches, it's dangerous. Yes, if it's an adult. But that's why I always say in all the videos, baby hissing cockroaches. And there is a difference, and it's very easy to tell. If you get a baby hissing cockroach, they're pretty small. They're only like this large. That's why it's great for bearded dragons, because it's not that big. An adult is huge. It's like this big, and I'm going to show them a little video of each of the difference. Plus, the adult, when you grab them, they're very hard. Hard exoskeleton. The legs almost want to cut you. And a baby isn't that hard. It's almost squishy. You could definitely squish it and kill it in your fingertips. That's what you want to feed, is the babies. They're great. They're equivalent to a dubia roach, and they are expensive, but if you make your own colony, they breed like crazy. And so if you can't get dubia roaches, but you get Madagascar hissing cockroaches, bam, you're in luck. It's a great feeder insect, just like dubia roaches. Now, for insects that you don't want to feed every single day, these are staple insects I just listed off, but insects that you want to feed occasionally, like once to twice a week, maximum like that, are superworms. Superworms and other worms as well, but I'm going to start with superworms. Superworms got a thick shell, high phosphorus, high fat. Now, I will say though, it does depend on this occasional stuff. Say you just got a sick bearded dragon, it needs to gain weight. A superworm is what I would be feeding. I'd be feeding it every single day of the week until it finally has put on weight. And when I mean put on weight, I mean the hip bones are showing. It needs, you know, the weight, it needs the fat. Superworms are like my go-to stuff to help rescue animals because it's just high in fat and they just destroy it. They want to eat it, they like to eat it, and that's what I use. So in that case, like I said, it really depends case by case, but if you have a healthy bearded dragon, he already has weight on him, you want to limit the superworms. Mealworms is another one. So mealworms, honestly, are an amazing food source. However, again, the exoskeleton, high in phosphorus content, and because it's high in phosphorus, again, you want to kind of keep it occasional because it being high in phosphorus, it's just something you don't want to do. Plus, it has a little thicker exoskeleton, but honestly, mealworms aren't that bad. You can honestly feed them like 3 times a week if you wanted. Again, it's just the hard part is when you dust mealworm, most of the dust just kind of falls off it, so that's why it's almost like hard to counteract the, you know, calcium, the phosphorus. That even sounded, I don't know.
Phosphorus.
And on speak, I'm getting tongue-tied over here. Anyway, next up on the list is hornworms. Hornworms are an occasional because they're high in water content. Again though, if you have a dehydrated bearded dragon, you can see its hip bones and stuff like that, you can feed it a hornworm and it'll rehydrate them much faster. They're a large water content, so if you want to hydrate your bearded dragon, it's a great way to do it, but you don't want to feed it every single day, because if you feed it every single day, he'll have runny poop, he'll have diarrhea, and diarrhea can lead to heat dehydration as well. So, you know, even it out there. That's why hornworm is occasional. And that's all I have for you. I hope this was helpful. If it was, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.